I thought my coworker was just weird, until I caught him peeing in my water bottle. What happened next at work completely changed everything. Let me ask you something. What would you do if you came to work, took a sip of your water, and realized it wasn't water? Now imagine going to your boss for help, and they lie to your face. Imagine begging for answers, only to realize the people you trust most at your job are doing everything they can to sweep the truth under the rug. That was me, and the only reason this story even got attention was because I stopped playing nice and took matters into my own hands. This isn't just a story about workplace drama, it's about betrayal, fear, corporate cover-ups, and a bottle that changed my life forever. It started like any other day. I showed up for my shift, put my lunch in the break room fridge, and went about my tasks. I always brought the same water bottle with me, nothing fancy, just a refillable one I kept at my desk. But this time, something felt off. I picked it up, unscrewed the cap, and before I could even take a sip, I caught a whiff of something. It didn't smell like water. In fact, it didn't smell like anything that should be in a bottle in the first place. Out of instinct, I recoiled. Then I took another sniff just to make sure I wasn't imagining it, and I gagged. I won't lie, I panicked. I couldn't believe it. It smelled exactly like urine. I remember sitting there frozen, trying to wrap my head around what was happening. Was this some disgusting prank? Had someone seriously done this? Then it hit me. This wasn't just gross. This was targeted. There had been tension at work for weeks. I had recently been promoted, or at least, I was in the final running for a new role. There was one coworker, let's call her M, who didn't take the news very well. M had been cold with me since the promotion talks began. Petty comments, eye rolls, a clear shift in her tone whenever we interacted. I brushed it off, telling myself she was just going through something. But now, after this, I didn't think it was a coincidence. Still, I wasn't about to point fingers without proof. So, I did the responsible thing. I took the bottle to my manager. I expected shock, concern, or at the very least, urgency. Instead, I got vague nods and promises to look into it. They told me not to worry, that they were going to review the security footage and gather evidence. I left that office still rattled, but hopeful. I thought, okay, maybe they're just following protocol. But then days passed. Friday came and went. They told me the police had been contacted, but no one showed. Monday rolled in. Still nothing. I kept being told that security is reviewing footage and the loss prevention team is working on it. But something didn't sit right. Then my direct boss pulled me aside and dropped a bombshell. Security told him that no one had even asked to review the tapes. That's when it hit me. I was being lied to. I was furious. Not only was I the victim of what could very well be a crime, but now it seemed like my workplace was actively covering it up, or at the very least, stalling to protect someone. So I did what I had to do. I sent a scorching email directly to the VP of HR and CC'd my supervisors. In that email, I laid everything out, how disgusted I was with how they'd handled the situation, how their delays and excuses made me feel unsafe, and how I would no longer wait around for them to do the right thing. I gave them a deadline. If I didn't hear from the police by 2 p.m., I was calling myself. They didn't respond, so I followed through. I dialed the non-emergency line. I thought I'd be filing a simple report. But the moment I told the dispatcher what had happened, she transferred me straight to 911. 2 minutes later, an officer pulled up outside my workplace. He seemed skeptical at first. He asked questions, trying to figure out if this was something they could even investigate. I explained everything, especially that I didn't want to remove the bottle from the building because I was afraid they'd accuse me of tampering with it. He paused. Then he said he needed to call his supervisor. After a few tense minutes, he came back and agreed to examine the bottle. He picked it up, smelled it, gagged. And just like that, everything changed. He walked away and made some more calls. When he returned, he told me something I'll never forget. This is considered a Class 1 felony. The department will be pressing charges. I didn't even have a say in the matter. That's how serious it was. Shortly after, a CSI officer arrived. She was silent, but her face said it all. She, too, examined the bottle. She didn't have to say a word. I knew she believed me. She dusted the bottle for prints. Nothing. Then she swabbed the mouth of the bottle and the liquid inside. She even took photos of me and a swab from the inside of my mouth for DNA comparison. Before she left, she strongly recommended I go to the doctor to get tested for any communicable diseases. I scheduled a visit for Wednesday. The moment police walked through the door, the entire energy in the building shifted. Management started scrambling. Suddenly, people who hadn't said a word to me all week were coming over, asking if I was okay. But it was too late. They had their chance to do the right thing, and they didn't. Now they were panicking because the truth was out. There was no way to bury it anymore. This wasn't just a prank gone wrong, this was a criminal investigation. And someone in our office was about to be charged with a felony for assault with bodily fluids. To be honest, I'm scared. I still have to come to work. I still have to sit at a desk knowing the person who did this might be just a few feet away. And if they went this far over a promotion, who knows what else they're capable of? I'm watching my back constantly. My anxiety is through the roof. Every sound, every glance, every moment feels like I'm waiting for the next shoe to drop. I don't know what this means for my promotion anymore. I don't even know what it means for my safety. But what I do know is this: I couldn't stay silent. Funny thing is, I almost didn't say anything at all. I posted my story on Reddit, just needing to vent, but the overwhelming support I got from strangers gave me the courage to fight. People were shocked, outraged. They told me over and over again, this is not okay. Don't let them brush this under the rug. And they were right. So if you're watching this and something horrible happens to you at work, speak up. You're not crazy. You're not overreacting. Your safety and dignity matter. As of now, the police are processing the swabs. It could take 1 to 3 weeks. A detective will be assigned to the case. Charges are moving forward whether I want them to or not. My workplace is trying to act like everything is normal, but it's not. And while I'm not looking to sue, I won't forget how they failed me. I'll update you all as this story unfolds. But for now, take care of yourselves, and never ignore your instincts. Because sometimes, your water bottle holds more than just water. If you found this story shocking or important, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me bring more real-life workplace stories to light, and it could help someone else going through the same thing. And let me know in the comments, what would you have done in my place?